everyone, I'm Courtney Mays and this is Kirt Whiteside, and we have gathered some questions together from previous Cup travelers and people who are coming on the trip with us, and we thought we'd put together a little information about some of the questions that most everyone has. So, Kirt, tell me, how long have you been doing the Cup?
Since 1941.
About,
I'm just kidding you there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, only since 1996 is when we began this thing, so it's been quite some time. We're in year past number 20 right now.
So actually this is at number 22.
22 is next up, yes.
Okay, for 2018. So why did you start this? Where did this come from?
I was coaching the French national team way back in that year, and I kept sharing with them that about all these great athletes from America that we had, and finally they said, well, quit talking about them, we want to see them, we want to see if we can beat them, and that was the very, very beginning of the Cup start.
Okay, so were you always in France, or where is it held now? Is it in...
By year number 5, the Dutch were involved in this, and they came down and they had said, why in the world do you have this in France when fast pitch softball's home is in the Netherlands? And that's when I said, you know what, I think this could be a good idea to move to draw more attention to what we do. And of course, right now we know that the Dutch, they are the king of fast pitch softball in all of Europe. So we are perfectly set in the perfect situation and the perfect country too for the world of fast pitch softball.
And it's kind of neat because the travelers can be in 2 different countries in the same trip. Tell me about the European athletes. I hear that they're a little older than our high school athletes. Tell me about them.
Yeah, interestingly enough, there's not really an age barrier or age difference for the international athlete. They can be 8 or 88. Our average age of the girls we play against are between 24, 25, 26 is kind of the average age. The girl that was the catcher last year that won the event, she was 35 years old, and I mean, she was an absolute stud. We do place with some 18 and 19-year-olds, but by and large, the girls are much older than ours, but they're national level players, and they play at a very, very high level, which is quite interesting.
So we bring high school aged athletes, and compared to the older, more experienced, wiser women that they'll be playing, can they compete? Is it even plausible for us to go and win games?
Interestingly enough, we have really, really great athletes that come from California to Long Island, and these girls play the game at a very high level. The European athlete is not as athletic as we are, but they have wisdom since they're older. So it's kind of like we've got the great fit and the great athleticism from a great athlete from America versus someone that doesn't have the athletic ability. So it's sometimes wisdom wins over athletic ability, and of course the other way around can happen as well. But yes, we absolutely compete. In the last 21 years, we have won 7 cups, so obviously we can do pretty well.
Okay, well that sounds good. Now, moving on to the actual trip, can you run through a very quick synopsis of what a simple itinerary would look like?
Okay, we're going to do this quickly, so pay attention. We leave on a Wednesday night. We arrive Thursday morning super early, like between 7 and 9 a.m. Thursday is a chill day. We have a little meeting, and then we do a clinic with some 9 and 10, 11-year-olds from the Netherlands, which is pretty cool because we work with the Dutch Olympic athletes or national level athletes. Friday morning, we're up headed to Anne Frank's home in Amsterdam, which is pretty cool because it's a city from about 1200. And then that evening, we've got to get the girls back because they've got to prep to get ready. They've got to eat and be on a train to head to the fields because we play. And for opening ceremonies, Saturday and Sunday, it's the same deal. Up in the morning on the train over to the fields. Midday, 3:30, 4 o'clock, we are headed to Paris by motor coach. We arrive in Paris later that evening. Monday and Tuesday are pretty duplicate days. We meet as a staff in the halls where we have breakfast, and we discuss where you're going, what you're doing. If you need some help, we can give you good information as to where to go, what to do, how to go about doing it. A lot of our people are a little bit anxious about being on the metro. We kind of help them that way so that issue is solved. And then Wednesday morning, we're up early on a motor coach back to the airport, and we are headed home. Most of us will be home about supper time on Wednesday. So it's Wednesday to Wednesday is the entire itinerary.
And since we're on the topic of the actual days that they'll be gone, how many days will the girls actually miss? of school.
School-wise, it's interesting. We have athletes that are in boarding schools. We have them in private schools, public schools, homeschooled, and interestingly enough, Thursday, Friday, they will miss in school in the next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, because Monday normally is a holiday for Martin Luther King. So interesting, they only miss 4 days in all the days that we're gone.
Okay, that sounds pretty easy. So tell me, I have a twofold question. One is about the safety. How do you handle safety, and why is it necessary for an athlete to bring a chaperone?
Okay, I'll probably forget the second one. So
I'll remind you.
Remember, I'm old.
Yes.
But anyhow, the first one happens to be the safety side. We've got two kind of tiers of safety that we have going on. We take a chaperone with every athlete. Simply, that is our first piece of safety. You're rooming with her, you're going by train to and from the fields with her, you're just everywhere with her. So that being said, that keeps your daughter safe. The second tier of safety is that we've gone the experience of being in a hostel. We've gone an experience of having our athletes stay with other families. Both of them did not work out well. The drinking age is very low there, so needless to say, our girls are experimental, and it wasn't probably the best idea, but we grew from that to kind of like a second tier hotel, and we finally said the best safety we can have is in a higher level hotel, and that's the second tier of safety is these two 5-star hotels, not only in Paris but in France too. So there's a big safety piece there as to just where we stay. The second question I think you asked was
about the chaperones.
The chaperones.
Why is it important that they bring a chaperone? Well,
anyhow, the chaperone, I think I kind of covered that a little bit in that you really are safe with your own family, obviously, there, because you're rooming with them and so forth. So sorry about that.
So then you kind of answered my next question, which was why don't you use hostels? And that kind of comes into the safety aspect of.
Yeah, well, we have really ornery girls sometimes, and sometimes they want to jump the fence and go find boys. And they said two chaperones to every 20 athletes. It's not true. You need 40 chaperones for every 20 athletes, and we did not want to do that. So
I just wanted to mention one thing before we wrap this section up, is that sometimes we bring ornery parents too.
Yeah, we do have a few ornery parents. Almost every time we have 90% ornery parents, which we love them. So that's kind of the other fun part of the trip. Anyhow, we're going to go on to another little clip here that you might want to be interested in. So pay attention, maybe click over to the next piece and you'll learn even more.
Thank you.